Hey Renzo, Daphne here. Thank you for sending in your next essays. I'm so glad you've got the next correction pack. Well done. It just gives you the confidence to feel happy going into your exam. 2 weeks sounds perfect to me. Well done. Yeah, book it. And six in everything. That's not bad at all. What are you trying to do with your results? Why are you taking the exam? Let me know. Be good to know. I mean, more than six. Yeah, obviously. At least six. But that's great. Okay, so interesting. Should employees stay in the same job for the rest of their lives or switch? Would you agree? So, opinion essay. Here we go. In today's world, there is a debate about whether employees should keep their position and role in the same company for their lifespan, or should have more professional. Um, I would say maybe a more varied. That's trying different things, professional background. Excellent first sentence. I really like that. You've paraphrased this. So, and also you've shown me you really understand the question. I like how you've had position and role. You've used two words there. Really good. I personally believe that staff members, good vocab, should pursue work achievements and pursue numerous work goals. Now, you don't pursue an achievement, you pursue a goal. Okay, numerous work goals. An achievement is what you have if you succeed in your goal. So I would prefer that. Numerous work goals and gain experience in different organisations. Good. This essay will discuss both sides. Yeah, fantastic intro. Absolutely excellent. Well done. Good. On the one hand, example evidence that professionals who, now watch out, who you're either going to need present perfect, who have regularly changed jobs, can greatly enrich and enhance, or professionals who regularly. Probably more natural would just be the present simple. So professionals who, because you're suggesting this like as a routine, it's just like a fact. So professionals who change jobs, who regularly change jobs, can greatly enrich and enhance the company's profitability. Lovely vocab here, super good. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, an employee could effectively deal with different situations as at work, such as working in a team. Now, such as working, you need to have keep going, building. So you're in a complex sentence. So you're in a good structure of your sentence. So do you see how again working, building, building relationships with external and internal customers. Now, if you're giving me two things, so one, two, you need to have or and. Okay, if you're giving me three things, you go one, two, and then you go and, like if you're making a list. External and internal customers. How do you mean external and internal? Do you mean overseas and domestic, maybe? Maybe that's what you mean, but write that down anyway, it's quite useful. This experience is essential working in a team. This experience is, let's go, an essential requirement at the early stage of their career. So instead of put essential to acquire, let's get this into a noun, an essential requirement at the early stage of any career, maybe. Any career. Secondly, an experienced worker can bring and put into practice new knowledge, concepts, and practical skill to his new role with the aim of collaborating and contributing towards profitability of the company. Fantastic language here. Super, super good. For example, recent empirical research by Queensland suggested that the majority of now you don't need the, so you're talking very general. So the majority of successful corporations worldwide have hired good, now present perfect, experienced professionals. Now, maybe you go widely experienced, because suggesting they could be experienced, like this suggests their experience has come from lots of different places. Widely experienced professionals. Therefore, it's clear that experienced employees, and maybe not experienced again, that literally employees. Let's connect this back to the situation who have changed jobs, changed companies, or often might improve, change positions maybe. More often, yeah, okay. So I think you need to just, that little relative clause there, telling me which employees, yep, back to the question, those who've switched the jobs. More often might significantly improve. Yeah, good. Boost, other way around. Boots is what I put on my feet. Boost. Okay, accompanies. Okay, fantastic. This is a very, very good essay. So you're absolutely on task. You're answering the question really clearly. The vocabulary is very, very good here. And you are using these complex sentences. So you're using relative clauses. You're using very nice examples. You're developing. I really like these words. This vocab coming into here is excellent. On the other hand, although there's a case to be made for experienced employees contributing, ing, substantially to the company's, we don't say rentability, that's a translation, profitability. And maybe it's not stability, because you might want dynamism. Dynamism, so like make it more dynamic, because you don't want to stay the same. You want to be, wow, profitability and dynamism. The impact of employees who hold their job, their first job, the whole of their career cannot be used. Now, what kind of impact? The important impact on who? The whole career. Impact on who? On something. If you're going to have impact, you need to have impact on something. You could have the value. I'd go value. I wouldn't do impact. I don't think that works. Well, it doesn't work there. Okay, so maybe have the value of employees. Okay, who hold their first job for the whole career. Then you don't need that. Cannot be overstated. This is largely because you don't need a comma, keep going. Some employees prefer to build loyalty, trustworthiness, you need to get this into a noun, and resilience towards organisations, leaving aside their own personal work achievements, that those ambitions, that should be ambitions, so looking forward, that could otherwise be obtained. Hang on, sorry, could otherwise be obtained, ed, because you're getting into a passive here, by switching or moving between different workplaces. Okay, complicated sentence, but the word you want here is ambition, and then it's okay, very good. Okay, so you're saying that these are the amazing skills they're building. This is fantastic vocab, really, really well done. Okay. For example, a recent article published by the BBC showed that there's a growing tendency of developing strong and loyal relations with the worker in order that all knowledge and skills learned through their career can only be managed and controlled by a single worker. In order that rather than to. So management, you need a subject here. Management, developing strong and long relationships with the worker. So in order that all knowledge, yes, can only be maybe I don't understand your sentence. Career can only skills learned throughout the career can be better exploited by that same company. I hope I've understood that right, but you're saying so they're investing a lot of money in the worker, they're using all their knowledge, and they're doing it because the knowledge will be good for their own company. Yeah, they don't want to sell that person to somewhere else. I think that works. Thus, it's possible to state beyond doubt that moral values might also be taken into consideration. Okay, maybe I haven't understood this because I don't know about moral. I understood that. So on my understanding, I will put here that companies are able to invest in their best employees. Okay, invest successfully. Yeah, I hope I've understood that right. Mine is not to do with morals, more to do with that they are encouraging that person to stay. But I may have misunderstood, I hope not. To conclude from the arguments examples given, I firmly believe that getting at least one job experience could potentially enhance the company's, different companies, another companies, or the next companies' strategies and budgets. In future, organisations would rather prefer to choose experienced employees for a particular position than, because you're comparing, have to recruit from within. So if you're recruiting from within, you've just got to stay with the people who you know already. Okay, this is a very, very high level essay. You've done really well. In terms of band score, you'd be knocking on the door of a band 7 for this because you've got really, really good language. A bit confused on here. This is probably my fault, just not quite understanding that. And the conclusion, you need to relate it back. Keep checking back on the title, keep connecting it back to the title, but your language is excellent. The vocabulary here is really good. The essay flows really nicely. Great stuff, Renzo. Brilliant. Okay, crop production in France. Here we go. Now, on pie charts, okay, I want 4 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. Okay, your first sentence, oh, I messed it up, sorry. First sentence tells me what it is. The pie chart illustrates the proportion of 6 different crops produced in France, year 2017. Good, fine. Yes, produced, the other word you could use is or harvested, or grown, yeah, in France. Okay, overall, so this has to be a new sentence. The largest percentage of crop produced was cotton. So again, change the vocab. Don't have produced all the way through. Was cotton, which accounted for over 1/3 of the total, while corn was the least grown. Okay, good. Nice. Looking in details. Okay, now I want... You've got 2 paragraphs, but show it to me. Looking at details. In 2017, France produced the largest quantity of cotton with 34.4%. You don't need that. 34%. However, we don't normally use this, but you could put however by contrast, because you're using them both together, which is quite nice. And no full stop. Keep going. However, by contrast, sugar, wheat, and barley had similar amounts. Hang on. Let's go into the passive. Were grown in similar amounts. So I've got the passive verb in here, past passive. We're grown in similar amounts. So that would go with only approximately 1% difference. Good. Between them. Okay. These 3 represented past tense. Almost 60% of overall production during the period given. Okay, during the period given, is it like a fixed expression? Okay, so the super good stuff in here. You've got largest. You've got largest. Oh, hang on, largest and largest. Okay, highest. So we're not. I'm glad I spotted that. Okay, so highest. You've got your contrasting word there. We're putting in a passive verb here, which is quite nice to show a bit of grammar. Good work. Residents in France consumed. Now, no, because production is not the same as consumption. Yeah, so French farmers grew. Yeah, fine. I like that. French farmers grew 21%, or 21% of French farmers' harvest was allocated to sugar, in comparison with wheat production, which, you do the pronoun here, which reached almost 1/4 of the remaining ing types of crop, comma, sorry, spelling, crop, comma, the production was on a 20%, with maybe the total amount of barley at only 18%, whereas contrasting, if you need to kind of connect it with these contrasting words, are so useful. On the other hand, rice production was almost double that of corn. Yay! Super work! Fantastic, Renzo. You are doing so well. Super good work on this one, okay? Just make sure it looks clean like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And you're doing really well. Masses of, you've got the superlatives, you've got the comparatives, and you're giving me numbers, but not too many. Yeah, you're connecting the numbers together. Well done. Good stuff.